All right, thank you, Mr. Speaker. The resolve today is there's a bad moon on the rise. My link: once the moon is out, people change. Most teens decide to reject the law and do whatever they want. Teenagers don't make the best decisions and can hurt them in the later run. My case topic is teenagers should have a time curfew enforced by law. By defined terms, I mean teenagers are the ages from 5 to 20 should have a time curfew at 10 o'clock. Every child from those ages will head to their guardian's house and will stay there until their time curfew, which is over at 4 o'clock, 4 in the morning. Contention number one: it will lower crime rates. Teenagers would have to stay inside during the night where most of the crimes take place. The police would enforce that teen to stay within their household between 10 to 4. Most of these teens get caught at night. There's something about the night what just makes teenagers do whatever they want and reject the law. The parents wouldn't have to worry about their kids late at night, and teens would safely be inside and not doing drugs or drunk driving. Contention number two: it makes teens not go out and party and do illegal drugs and drink. Teens will no longer be able to go out to parties. The teens would have to leave whatever they are doing to get home. If the police catch the underage teen out, they will be punished. This teaches the kind of responsibility to respect and obey the law. If they don't, then they will be punished. It will make these teens think about to see the teens to think about their bright future, and if they get caught, it could go away like that. Contention number three: it teaches kids responsibility. Teenagers don't make the best decisions and could hurt their future. If they want to go to a nice school or get a good job, the employer or college acceptor would see their mistakes that they have done and will deny them. If the curfew law is passed, these students would be more responsible and make better decisions later on in life. Teaching teens responsibilities will stick with them with their whole life and will be good knowledge later in life. My closing statement is if it was passed, it would help teenagers by teaching them responsibilities and would be scared to be scared of disobeying the law and to respect the law more. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My resolve is there's a bad moon on the rise. This is a lyric from Creedence Clearwater's revival song, Bad Moon Rising. This rock song came out in 1969, the same year when American astronauts first took their steps on the moon in Apollo 11. NASA has only sent 12 men to the moon, including the first two, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin. Which leads me to my case topic. My case topic is that America should continue spending money on NASA. To define my terms, America is the United States. NASA is the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, is the United States government agency responsible for the civilian space program, as well as aeronautics and aerospace research. For my first contention, NASA protects the Earth from harmful things floating in space that could potentially land on Earth and destroy millions of lives. For example, asteroids and meteors. My second contention is NASA does not only sponsor space travel, but they also have invented many useful technological advances for medical field and law enforcement and a lot of other things. My third contention is, like any other government job or anything, it provides thousands of jobs for a lot of people, and to stop sponsoring NASA we would cut those jobs and a lot of intelligent, hardworking people would be jobless. So to wrap it up, America should continue spending money on NASA. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Appreciate it. So, first, my resolution is school districts with autonomy creates better students. So, each year, schools are given classifications that show how they are performing to state standards. These classifications do not help schools who meet or exceed expectations. Instead, they prevent them from improving their education for students. My case topic is schools should be given more autonomy for performing well on state standards. My first contention is providing support, school seat times. What is defined as a seat time can be interpreted very freely. As of right now, that isn't the case. If we allow schools to interpret the way they seat in schools, so give them the opportunity to go do an internship or give them the opportunity to focus on some sort of extracurricular that does not really conform to the normal type of curriculum. My second contention is the curriculum. Students who explore different curriculums that use practices schools can explore different curriculums that have never been used before or practices that the state doesn't recommend. And stick to one curriculum standard that is something, instead of sticking to one curriculum standard that is something the state has been using that is outdated or no longer works. Instead, schools can provide their students with a more advanced knowledge of what's going on today. My third contention is focusing on the needs of students rather than what the state wants. Teachers do not have time to focus on what the state needs anymore. The state has provided a list of topics that they have, and at the current status, we have to rush through the year in order to make sure we get everything. The way it needs to be done is allowing schools and teachers to focus on the things students need and spend the time on areas they do need and spend the less time in areas they don't. My closing is schools should be given autonomy when they are shown that they deserve it, through state testing, whatever it may be. I believe the autonomy that is given, when the outcome that will come from this autonomy will be positive rather than catastrophic, as most believe.